That is a very different message from what the president said late last week, when he threatened to ban the popular app from the US on security concerns. That spurred discussions among ByteDance, Microsoft ticker, MSFT, and the Trump administration about a potential transaction. In a statement Sunday night, Microsoft confirmed that it was holding talks with ByteDance, and said it intends to reach a resolution of the situation by September 15. The company said the discussions cover the TikTok operations in the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Microsoft said other parties could be minority investors in the transaction. A Microsoft acquisition of TikTok would instantly make it one of the most important players in social networking and online advertising, competing head-to-head with Facebook FB, Twitter TWTR, Snap, and Alphabet, GOOGL. Microsoft owns LinkedIn, the professional networking site, but otherwise isn't a major player in ad-supported social networking. The company's other consumer businesses include the Xbox game console business, consumer versions of Windows and Office software, and Surface hardware. Analysts are generally enthused about a potential deal, although they see risks. They also note that most of the current social networking companies practically can't bid, given the current regulatory focus on the tech giants, as illustrated by last week's high-profile congressional hearing on the subject. Editor's choice. If Microsoft can close a deal, it would undoubtedly be a huge win, Raymond James analyst Robert Magic writes in a research note. TikTok is a trophy asset that has garnered significant consumer interest with its focus on short-form, immersive video and is in the early stages of monetization. This is a unique opportunity in that Microsoft is negotiating with a forced seller at a time when other potential suitors, including Facebook, are facing antitrust scrutiny from US regulators. Magic also notes that ByteDance TikTok is one of the largest customers for the content delivery network Fastly, FSLY, and that growth in usage in recent weeks and months should be a boost to Fastly's second quarter results. If a potential acquisition falls through and TikTok ends up being banned in the United States, it would present a near-term headwind for Fastly, he writes. Fastly reports June quarter results on Wednesday. Citi's Walter Pritchard writes in a research note that a deal would do three things for Microsoft. It would boost its position with younger users to the power of. He notes that half of US teenagers have an account to the power of, much like the company's $2.5 billion purchase of Minecraft parent Mojang in 2014. 2. It would give the company a stronger position in consumer video. And 3. It would boost Azure's position as a provider of cloud-based services to consumer applications. But Pritchard also has some concerns. He thinks investors might prefer the company to invest in buying businesses closer to its strategic enterprise software core. 2. He says that Microsoft's willingness to spend billions here suggests it may see a strategic vulnerability here that investors have not considered significant. And not least, he says that Microsoft's execution in consumer market has historically been worse than in commercial businesses. Businesses like search, display advertising, the smartphone market and even the Skype consumer offering may be indicative of challenges for a Microsoft-owned TikTok. Compounding this is consumer privacy that is under scrutiny, he writes. Evercore ISI analyst Kirk Mattern sees both an opportunity and risks. On one hand, there are few, total addressable markets, that move the needle for Microsoft and the advertising market is one of them, he writes. Microsoft already has assets in the consumer market, Surface, Bing and Xbox, and TikTok's momentum is undeniable. Furthermore, this is not an all-or-nothing bet for Microsoft from a financial standpoint given it has $73 billion on its balance sheet in net cash. Finally, it's hard to bet against the current management team at Microsoft. But Mattern also notes that Microsoft's focus on the enterprise market has served the company well from a stock and valuation standpoint and has kept the company out of the regulatory spotlight. He adds that TikTok could help Microsoft break into the consumer advertising market in a bigger way, but that there is going to be some healthy investor skepticism regarding any big deal in the consumer market and this could create some near-term pressure on the shares. No pressure on Monday, though. Microsoft stock has spiked 5% to $215.20 in recent trading. The social networking stocks are mostly lower, with Snap down 6% to $21.10. Fastly shares have spiked 13.8% to $109.70. American Depository Receipts of SoftBank Group, SFTBY, which has a significant stake in ByteDance through the SoftBank Vision Fund, are up 4.3% to $33.